Guys, it's Thanksgiving time, and by now you have already eaten your deep fried turkey, 16 pieces of pumpkin pie, and you're going back for seconds. Well, stay tuned because we're going to talk about Thanksgiving and a little bit of what God says about being thankful on Becoming Branches. Hello everybody and welcome back to Becoming Branches. My name is The Adam. With me, PDM or The PDM. Guys, it is time. Thanksgiving time is here. I'm so excited. I wore my festive Kevin McAllister hat. As you know, pretty sure this is the hat in Home Alone 1.
Oh, absolutely. That's
yeah.
Well, I think it's more red reindeer, but you're pretty close.
I mean, it's around there. It's the same style.
Sure, why not?
And so I saw a white creepy van with plumbers in it, and they kept following me around.
It's blue. We'll lay out the window. Okay. Sorry, when it comes to movies,
It is blue. It's an old '89 Dodge 1500.
Okay, that's actually pretty impressive.
No pane windows. All I mean, if you want to get details, I wasn't going to do that to anybody. There I go. I'm not going to do it. So Thanksgiving plans. What are your plans?
To eat,
and that's all I care about, everybody. Here's the problem. I'm going into this season kind of still on keto and trying to watch what I eat because at heart I'm an obese baby boy. And, I can show you guys a picture, and I'm sure you can look back at a previous podcast where I'm just excessive.
But you weren't excessive, but let's pause there because you have really slimmed down. Like, you've lost a lot of weight. You've been working hard. You've been working out. You have been eating well. Doing keto, right?
Yes. Up until recently, I've kind of been slacking a little bit. A lot of it. This is what happens. And if you guys are on keto, this is what happens. You lose a bunch of weight. And then you try to sneak in a little bit of carbs. And then what happens, you've gained 8 pounds in like 14 seconds.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like if you're on it,
rapidly. You do. So if you guys are on keto and you guys have been losing weight, just be careful this holiday season because you will jump up weight drastically. I've kind of read up on it, and what your body does is when you're on ketosis, let's say you have some pumpkin pie and a bunch of sugar, you just retain a ton of water all of a sudden because you're holding on to a bunch of sugar. So it's mainly water weight. Drink water, tinkle it out later. So out of the greatest desserts, what is the top? We're talking the top Thanksgiving dessert. What is it?
Well, I do love pie on Thanksgiving.
Doesn't matter what pie?
No, it does.
It does matter what pie.
So sugar cream pie is probably, that's going to be up there.
That is diabetes in a bowl.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's so sweet. Half my family can't eat it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll help. I'm just doing them a favor, Pumpkin pie, it's hard to go wrong with. Now I'm one of those guys, though, it's whipped cream.
Up to here.
Right. There has to be plenty of whipped cream in every bite.
What you do is you get the huge pail of Cool Whip and you get a little slice and then just drop it in there. Eat the whole thing and then get another.
I never thought about that. What a great idea.
And then get another pail. Yeah, so you end up with like 6 of them for a slice of pie, but it's totally worth it, I agree. Now, when you say, is it pecan or pecan pie?
I say pecan. I love pecan pie too.
Some people say pecan.
Yes.
But we say ants and a lot of people say aunt. And I've heard, get this, if you have heard of this, let us know. I've heard it's not zebra, it's zebra. If you go to the zoo and you want to see a zebra, right?
It's just foolishness.
Because this is what it is. This is what I heard anyway. I'm going to turn to him. Look at me turn to him because I'm professional. Did you see that? If you didn't, rewind it. It's because the argument was, if you have a friend called Deborah.
Right. You don't say Debra.
You're right. Hey, Debra. Maybe with this hat I would. Hey, Debra. Come here and cook my pie. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No, I wouldn't, but you could, technically. We could make that happen. We could make Debra's, but be super nonchalant about it, like everyone says it this way. You're the idiot for saying Debra.
Hey, Debra.
Yeah. Debra, what's up? How are you? Well, it's actually Debra. That's weird.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you call it zebra too.
Yeah.
says nobody. So, are you hosting this year? Are you going somewhere?
Yeah, we usually host Thanksgiving.
Okay, mom and dad come over?
Yeah, my side of
Siblings?
the family, siblings come over, the boys' cousins, so we don't see them for, 24 hours when they're with their cousins.
Absolutely.
Which is actually kind of nice.
It is nice.
I love our children, but, whew, man.
There's a little time where break is good.
Yes, absolutely.
At least I like a 4 or 5 day break, but you said 24 hours. We'll take what we can get.
Yeah, and then my wife's side, we usually go visit them.
So you have 2 whole Thanksgivings.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta be careful.
You're not going to be careful.
Well, I'm going to try, okay? I'm going to really try not to just overdo it. Like, I'm going to enjoy myself, but just not go crazy.
What is the line of enjoying yourself? Because I know when I'm eating, I'm enjoying myself. What is it from enjoying yourself to overdoing it? Where's that line? Is there nausea in between?
Yeah, when it hurts. Like, I will eat till, like, I struggle breathing.
You're like a goldfish.
I struggle breathing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had to sit down, I'm like, take a deep breath. That's when I know I've overdone it. So I'm trying not to get to that point as best as possible. The problem is I'll go in and I'll have cookies as appetizers.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the meal and I'll have seconds and then I'll have desserts with pie.
Yeah.
So I need to stop.
So you'll have your dessert with pie.
Yeah, well, before
pie's not
the
part
meal.
of dessert. Pie's just already on there.
No, the cookies are the appetizers, and then the pie is the dessert. But then I gotta try. Well, there's 3 different pies here. It'd be rude for me to only choose one.
Yes.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Yes.
So those, I'm trying not to do that number.
Here's another question, turkey question. How do you guys do your turkey? Put a comment. Let me know. So you can do trash can turkey. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
Okay, guys, this is called trash can turkey. Look it up. It's worth a Google. So you take a trash can, obviously that won't burn, and you put it in a nice cool spot in your backyard. You put the turkey up, so you put it like on a crate or something, obviously not on the grass. And then you put the trash can over it, duct tape the sides, and put hot coal all around the side, and it'll cook from the outside in. I've heard, I haven't done this yet. Again, if you've had this, drop us a comment. It is the best turkey you've ever had in your life.
That sounds amazing. Which brings me to my next point.
Here it is.
Jesus.
Wow! What a segue! We go from turkey in the ground to the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings.
Because Jesus came out of the trash can grave and raised to life again, and we're thankful for that.
Man, stop.
Okay, yeah,
Get some help.
that was a terrible connection, but I'm gonna go with it.
Well, there's nothing I can do to salvage that, so I'm just going to follow you blindly because you are the pastor here. You should see how he is on Sundays. I mean, he'll be talking about Skittles, and then bam, the resurrection of the Lord.
You do what you got to do. So, anyways, if you're watching this, you probably just celebrated Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And as much as we love to talk about food, Thanksgiving is so much more than just the food.
Absolutely.
And Thanksgiving, what I tell people, Christians, believers, use Thanksgiving, right, as a memorial to remember, to be thankful all the time, right? We see in Scripture that God will instruct the Israelites, and we see Jesus do this with the Last Supper, that these things are created to be memorials for us to remember God, His faithfulness, His goodness, all of His attributes. And so I think Thanksgiving, because we do forget, oftentimes we take things for granted, we forget all that God does for us, and so use Thanksgiving to shift back into that attitude of, the phrase, attitude of gratitude, but that attitude of being constantly thankful before the Lord, because we know this is what He asks of us. And so Pastor Roger, this past Sunday...
It was excellent.
It was awesome.
It was.
Talking about the role Thanksgiving has in our life. Yeah. And he really kind of focused on 1 Thessalonians 5:18. In all circumstances, give thanks. Now you'll notice it doesn't say feel thankful in all circumstances.
And not in some circumstances.
Right. All means all the time.
Yep.
And so we are to give thanks, even when we don't feel like it. And so I had shared in our leadership meeting a devotional, because I really reflected on that message. It really, a lot of things really sat with me and rung true with me. And so I was thinking more about, what does Thanksgiving do for a believer? Like, what are things that, beyond just being thankful to God, why is this a benefit? And what I kind of thought and what I reflected on is that thankfulness really is a great spiritual weapon against the attacks of the enemy.
100%.
And I kind of saw in two different patterns or extremes of our lives that Satan tries to lead us into. Because we remember, and you said it a lot, like Satan just doesn't not like you. He hates you. Mm-hmm. And Satan wants you to believe certain things to be true about yourself and about your life that is contrary to God, right? God wants you to have peace in your life. Satan wants you to be anxious. He wants you to feel worthless and all of these things. Thankfulness is a great weapon against that. So the extreme of you feel like your life is nothing and you're just walking around meaningless, barren wasteland. I think in that extreme, thankfulness unearths God's glory in our life that Satan is trying to conceal. Mm-hmm. So I gave the analogy, that you're back in the children's museum. I remember when I was a kid, and I'd go and dig for dinosaur bones, or they'd have like diamonds and gems that you could try to. Did you ever do this?
Yeah, I did actually.
It was so much fun. Yeah. I loved it so much. And so thankfulness is kind of like this brush that when you look at it, it looks like nothing's there. It's a wasteland and your life is meaningless. And then you start to uncover, man, all that God has done in my life. And you start to realize, man, I am rich beyond measure. I'm not in this desert wasteland, but God's glory is all over the place. His fingerprints are all over the place in the things that He's done for me.
That's a good way to look at it.
And it points back to God, right? And when we're thankful for the things in our life, it honors God and it points back to Him and it glorifies Him. The other extreme I think Satan tries to put us in. Have you ever felt like you were a pretty awesome dude?
No.
Never. Okay.
Not when I'm with you, PDM. Now, if I was around a lesser man.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
No, you think too highly of me. But
I would say when I was a teenager, for sure, I was pretty arrogant.
Yeah, so arrogant, prideful. This is a common spiritual weapon that the enemy uses in our life. Yeah. And so, on the other hand, I could, instead of having gems concealed, Satan likes to put these fake, really they're fake gems or whatever all over us, thinking that we are what's awesome. Mm-hmm. I don't need anybody. Look at all that I have done. Mm-hmm. And what thankfulness does is that it forces us into a place of humility to take that stuff off and realize it all has God's name on it. Mm-hmm. Like everything I have is He's given it to me. This is nothing of my own accord. Even the gifts or my experience where I've learned things to be able to gather things myself, that all comes from God. Mm-hmm. So it all goes back to Him. Anything good in my life goes back to Him. And so thankfulness reveals these things. It reveals God's glory in our life that the enemy tries to conceal, or false glory he tries to put on us. It reveals it for what it really is. It's not real.
100%.
And what we have that's genuine is from God.
I totally agree.
And another thing on top of all of this, thinking about Thanksgiving, I had read a short section of Psalm 50, and it was a good reminder. This is God talking, right, in Psalm 50, verse 10. For every beast of the forest is mine, the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know all the birds of the hills, and all that moves in the field is mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world and its fullness are mine. So happy Thanksgiving. God doesn't need you.
That's true.
And we'll end with that. Thanks for watching. No, in all honesty, so God pours His blessings out on us, right? He doesn't need to appease us. There's nothing God needs from us. He doesn't have to coax us into loving Him because He needs things from us. So when you think about all that you have, it truly is out of God's character. It's out because simply that He is good and that He is love and He has this desire to bless us and this desire to love us. That's where all this comes from. And so when you add that layer on to everything that you have, and it's not because God is trying to win us over, it's simply because He loves us, man, it just moves me into this deeper level of gratitude that God would pour out His blessings on us for no other reason except that He's good and that He loves us. Yeah,
and you're going to, once you stick into that mindset of thankfulness, I was doing really good until my dog peed all over my sectional. And at that moment, everything Pastor said last week was gone. And it was just rage. But actually, that's not completely true. I actually normally would have just, just lost my mind. But I did have a reservation of, okay, Pastor just had this message, trying to be thankful, and so I would encourage anybody, because sometimes, you get that flat tire, or it's raining, or a grocery bag falls, or there's going to be opportunity to complain or to just lose that attitude of gratitude, which happened to me. I had 3 or 4 events that had happened almost back to back to back to back. And then the very last one was my dog. And we're hosting for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. It's a sectional. That's where the family's going to sit.
Yes.
And it wasn't just like a spot. He's this, then he was jumping around. It was like pee, pee, pee.
Having a good time.
Oh my gosh. And so...
It's the best day of my life. I should try peeing on furniture.
Go ahead. That's what he does, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he has to host. Because nobody will let him, you can't come over to our house because last time...
Something horrible just happened.
Aww. I think that the attitude of gratitude has to be maintained no matter... You need some eye drops? No matter the cost. So I just would encourage anybody to don't let Satan tear you down, man. You know that song, Don't Let Satan Poof It Out? Well, man, he just doused me with some, negative hatred toward this little puppy.
Am I red?
Hey, you know what? Right here, we're going to put in the clip.
Whoa! Oh. Just call me Mr. Butterfingers. Is my face red?
From UHF. Have you seen UHF?
Absolutely.
Call me Mr. Butterfingers.
Yes. Though I totally messed up an actor cameo in that.
You did?
Day. Yeah. I said Val Kilmer had a cameo in that.
No. You were.
Well, I must have been thinking about a completely different movie.
One of the terrible Batmans.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, he was in that for a little bit.
Yeah.
No, UHF was... I love it. Actually, I thought of that when he peed. I should have taught Dexter how to fly. Adam. Let's go. Oh, man.
Oh, what a good episode. What a good episode we're having.
Today we're teaching poodles how to fly. Come here, Foofy. Foofy. Are you psyched? Are you ready?
Guys, it's Thanksgiving time. It's Black Friday time. Are you going to shop? Did your wife, lose her mind with the credit card? Me neither, because, my wife will feel bad if she buys, a candle. She'll have this, candle, and she's like, I bought this candle today, and it was, not on sale. And she has this moment, and meanwhile, I'm, walking in with the TV. You're like, oh, babe, that's take the candle back. I just got this TV. So I encourage you guys not to buy more than you can. It's not about the presents. Follow PDM's advice. Only have one pie this year. One pie. See what I did there? Not a slice of pie, one pie.
Yeah, okay. Self-control.
Get out of here, guys. Go eat.
Peace.